Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be, Shield Destroyer. As you see, largest ever national pandemic. If you don't know who pan is and where the word pan comes from, you better go and find out. There's a reason why they call it a pan and a demonic or demic, which is really what they're saying, pandemonic. Response exercise to strengthen against future threats. The government's pandemic planning has been stepped up in response to recommendations from the CV19 Inquiry Module 1 report. So this was published in January this year. So pandemic planning stepped up with unprecedented exercise between government emergency services and nations and regions. Over 4,000 resilient and emergency workers to be trained every year through the UK Resilience Academy. New tool built by Cabinet Office and Office for National Statistics will help identify vulnerable groups who need targeted support. National test of the emergency alert system to take place. So we're going to have probably this thing where everyone's getting texts or something, isn't it, to their phones that they never give this government their number for. But as you see, your information is not private. You probably won't have to sign up to this. They'll just send it to every single phone number. So this is going to be happening in autumn this year. And as you can read, I'll slowly go down just so you can see, right? They're doing the biggest in the world, apparently, right? Why? You would have thought that really, if you said 2020 was a real pandemonic, which of course it wasn't, but still people, seem to think, oh, it was real, or it was sent from China, or whatever excuse or bullshit they're giving to say that government and media aren't lying. Millions of people probably are dying at the moment, have already died from what they stuck in their arms, right? You would think that'd be a lesson. Let's not stick needles in people's arms when they're perfectly fine and don't need any medical attention. Me dick in all attention. Let's not go to the pharmaceutical. The pharmaceutical. Let's not have pharmaceuticals put on every corner so everybody can get drugged up, right? But they're going to be doing this, and if you know, there is a kind of, I think it was who were doing, who have mocked up a fake pandemic from 25 to 28. So I got a feeling this might be one of those cases where they're like, oh yeah, we're doing this national pandemic response exercise. And look at that, I can't believe it. Just as we were doing that, we got hit by a pandemic. So, the fact that we're living in this world of fear, you're going to die. All the animals all of a sudden, apart from dogs and cats, the usual animals that people have as pets, nobody ever got a cold from their cat, their dog, but apparently we can get all these colds from cows, sheep, pigs, chickens now. They're killing your chicken farms, by the way, everybody. If you haven't looked at it, go and look at A6N flu or avian, right? CO6D, COVID, V6RS virus, right? Go and look at the avian flu, and you'll see a government website, and it will show you all the farms that they've been culling this year, chicken farms. And if you go back to, I don't know, around 2010, somewhere around there, you'll see how many farms they culled because of mad cow's disease, foot and mouth disease, swine flu, etc. Right? Because they were after the food supply. If you haven't noticed the weather, and they've been telling you for years, preempting you that the weather is going to have big changes, and in order so you don't notice, they call it global warming, right? No, it's geoengineering, and they're burning out all the farms. They're making sure the crops won't grow soon. They're spraying our skies, and to me, they're harming our soils, so we can't grow food, because the biggest power, you think about the power of money. Money is power today, right? There's no power in knowledge, because when you've got knowledge and you explain to people, people are ignorant as fuck, right? People already know. They watch the TV news, the media that's controlled by the bankers, like the body tricksters are, right? So there's no power in knowledge anymore. The only power in knowledge is for those who have it. There's no power in knowledge in passing it, because people want to be educated by things that make them happy, you know, things that, oh, I can earn more money if I get that knowledge, right? Not by facts that might save their lives, right? Because people are stupid today, and that's the only word you can use. They're ignorance, they're stupid, because they've been brought up to be stupid. They've been educated to be stupid. Everything in this world is stupid. I mean, these rules and regulations we're under now, and people don't call it slavery because it's called legalese. Right, it's not slavery, it's just legal. It's illegal, you know, madness. It's not slavery, it's tax, you know. It's tax on tax on tax on tax, not slavery. You're all slaves, people, and your governments, which is a cult, is the Roman Empire, just changed its name. That's why there's governments all over the world in pretty much every country. The reason they call it a country is because they're telling you what they're calling us. Is purely there because you know, we are being completely controlled and enslaved to the point soon where you won't be able to leave your city. You won't have a car. You won't own anything, but allegedly you'll be happy, probably because you'll be drugged up. But there you go. They're going to be doing the largest ever national pandemic response in this autumn, people. And we know if they're doing something like this, they remember the last time in 2019 October, they were doing one for the world. What if a pandemic strikes, and then 5 months later, apparently a pandemic strikes. So with this, expect, I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe they will go after your cats and dogs. Are you going to have your cat and dog cold? Are you going to give up your pets? Are you going to be a traitor to your pets if they turn around and say, all cats and dogs are so dangerous, they're going to kill us? Yeah, you're going to wear a muzzle again, terrorise all your children? I don't know. How stupid are you going to be on the next pandemic is what I'm asking. Hopefully we'll have a few more people out there who are standing up, but I can't imagine that the majority will ever stand up, because the majority are weak. And if you're weak, you know, you're a traitor to the world. Cheers, guys.